All right, today we're going to break down the blueprint for a totally legitimate side hustle that is just exploding right now. Basically, you get paid to help the world's biggest tech companies teach their AI how to think. Pretty wild, right? Yeah, I know it sounds a little too good to be true, but this is the actual reality for thousands of freelancers as we speak. We're talking about real work for the big guys, Google, Meta, OpenAI. And you can do it all from home. Yup, that's the number we're aiming for. 200 bucks a day. And you know what's crazy? The math to actually hit that number, it's surprisingly simple. We're going to get into it. And look, this is what's so cool about it, how accessible it is. I mean, the barrier to entry is just incredibly low. You don't need to be a coder, you don't need a fancy degree for most of this stuff, you don't have a boss breathing down your neck. All you really need is your laptop and, a brain that can think critically. Okay, so what is this job? What are we actually talking about here? Well, the official term is AI model evaluation, or get this, reinforcement learning from human feedback. Yeah, I know. Let's cut through all that jargon. Here's what it boils down to. You are literally the human teacher for these AIs. The tech giants, they need your brain to look at what their AI is spitting out and basically make it better, make it safer, make it smarter. And think about it. One really bad off-the-wall AI response can cost a company millions in bad press. That's why your feedback is so incredibly valuable. So picture this. On any given day, you might get a prompt, a question, and a couple of different AI-generated answers. Your job is to play the judge. You'll rate the responses on stuff like, is this accurate? Is it safe? Is it actually helpful? Sometimes you'll have to rewrite the really bad answers to make them good. And the fun part? You even get to create really tough test questions to see if you can stump the AI. Okay, so you get what the job is. Now, the big question is, where do you find these gigs? Because let me tell you, not all platforms are the same. So let's focus on the top 3, the ones you should check out right now. All right, let's break these down. First up, Outlier.ai. This one's a powerhouse, seriously good pay, and they give you cool perks like free access to top AI models. Then you've got Annotation.tech. This is probably the best place to start if you're a beginner. The work is pretty consistent and they pay out fast. And then there's Mindrift.ai. Now listen up. If you have a special skill, like you're a coder or you know about law or medicine, this is where the big money is. We're talking a potential for over $100 an hour. And you see, the requirements for this stuff are totally manageable. For most of these gigs, as long as you have strong English skills, you can think logically, and you have, just general undergrad level knowledge about, pretty much anything, you're good to go. You don't need to be some AI expert to get your foot in the door. Okay, now for the good stuff, the blueprint. Let's lay out the exact steps you can take starting today to build up to that $200 a day goal. This is your game plan, right from square one. It's really just a simple 4-step process. Step 1, go apply to all 3 of those platforms I mentioned. Today, don't put it off. This maximizes your chances. Step 2, when you get those qualification tests, treat them like a real job interview. Take them seriously. Step 3 is about building your reputation. Start with whatever tasks they give you and do great work to build up your internal rating. And then finally, step 4, once you unlock those better, higher paying projects, that's when you schedule in those focused hours to really hit your income goal. And look, here's the math. It's not some kind of magic trick. You've got 2 main paths to get to that 200 bucks. There's path 1, the grinder. That's 8 hours of work at a totally solid 25 bucks an hour. Boom, $200. Or there's path 2, the specialist. This is when you unlock those better projects. You could work just 5 hours at 40 bucks an hour and hit the exact same goal. Both of these are completely doable. Want a few pro tips to get there faster? Okay, listen up. If you have any specialized skills, coding, science, if you speak another language, lean into that. It can seriously double your hourly rate. Also, try to work during US peak business hours. That's when you'll find the most tasks available. Oh, and don't be afraid to stack platforms. Maybe you work on Outlier in the morning and data annotation in the afternoon. And please, track your hours and what you're earning. A simple spreadsheet will do. You gotta know what's working. All right, let's wrap up with a quick reality check, okay? It's really important to manage your expectations. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. But what it is a very real opportunity with a pretty predictable learning curve. So in your first month, you're going to be a beginner. You'll be learning the ropes, probably earning somewhere in the $60 to $150 a day range, which is still great. But, and this is the key, if you keep your quality high, by month 2 or 3, you can absolutely be on those projects paying 25 to 40 bucks an hour. And that's when that $200 a day goal becomes your new normal. And hey, just a few quick but really important warnings. First, these are legit platforms. You should never, ever have to pay money to join or to start working. If they ask for money, it's a scam. Run. Second, your quality score is everything. If it drops too low, you can get kicked off projects, so keep it high. And finally, just remember, this is freelance work. Sometimes there are a ton of tasks. Sometimes it's a little slow. The availability can fluctuate. So what's the final verdict? Look, this is a real, genuine opportunity. You can make a significant income from home working on the cutting edge of the whole AI revolution. This industry is it's exploding, and the need for human trainers has never been higher. Right now, that window of opportunity is wide open. So there you have it. The blueprint is right here. The platforms are waiting. The opportunity is real. The only question left is, when are you going to start your first hour?